welcome back to the Sunday special episode of the U Up Podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. It is so good to be back here with you, Jordana. You're going on your big European gallivant.
I'm back.
Well, you're back, but we're taping
now.
this
Yes,
pre-gallivant.
I'm back. If you're a subscriber, you're listening on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
When's my birthday? Don't look at the thing. Don't look at the thing.
September 8th. Everyone knows that.
No.
Oh.
That's the Sunday episode. I just said if you're a subscriber. You don't know when my birthday is?
September 7th?
That's painful. Yes, September 7th.
September 7th.
Wow.
I knew it. Well, yours
if we were dating, that would be an issue.
Well, we're not, thankfully. And I would say, you brought up something so great. I've talked about this
You're
on
not knowing
my
my birthday?
Right. Well, I was thinking about like me being
Do you know any of your friends' birthdays? Is that like a man?
I know one birthday and I miss it.
Okay, so you don't.
So I don't, but then I always get to it 2 days later and I feel bad.
Whose birthday do you know? Like
the baby.
Okay, but like anyone else?
Just the baby
Your
and his
brother?
wife. I know my brother.
Okay. Parents?
Ish. Like the time of year, my parents, I'm like, it's coming.
Fair.
I know my brother's wife, the baby, his wife, because they all have dual birth. They all have like the same
they're in like
day.
a block?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not I think if you don't care about it for yourself, you don't care about it for others as much, but
Yeah,
maybe
I
I
get
need
that.
to change. Maybe this is a intervention of sorts. I should know your birthday.
It's
I mean,
okay.
you know mine
I
for
know
a very
yours.
specific
That's true.
reason.
And the whole reason I know it is because I didn't know it.
Right.
So I guess I really can't be upset with you.
Well, it's like learning someone's name. Like,
Is it?
well, they have to make an impression on you to
Right.
make you want to learn the
Yes,
name. Or you have
yes,
to be
the-
embarrassed. And shame, embarrassment, these are all things that teach. We should have more shame, more
Yes.
embarrassment. Hey, you don't know my birthday, you piece of shit. Like now I'll never forget.
Maybe.
September
At
7th.
least you didn't say it was the worst day of the year.
I'm a good person.
Do you remember the birthdays of anyone you used to date or be in a relationship with?
Ish. Like I
Okay.
know the time of year.
Okay.
Do
but
you?
not- some people, some exes, I feel like.
Yeah,
Whenever you ever like someone says the date and you're like, oh, it's that guy I used
Who
to
was
date.
that?
Like that guy.
Really?
My ex-boyfriend's whatever. Like it's his birthday. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess if I heard a date, I go, that sounds familiar.
Right.
Listen, as we know in this podcast, I've gone on vacations I don't remember.
Have you ever sent the happy birthday text to an ex? Like
No,
in a
maybe when I was younger, but I would never do that.
You would never do that now,
No. I've
did it always have an ulterior motive when you've done it in the past?
I think the happy birthday text sometimes from me, if I had done it, would have been to be like, we cool. Just
Right? Are you
making
gonna
sure we cool?
hoping that the person like answer like says thanks or something so
Yeah,
that you
but
know that they don't hate you?
But I don't even. That's why I don't think I've done it.
But you haven't done it
because
as a way to like reignite a conversation.
No, I think holidays are for that.
I think a birthday.
I don't want to
for
ruin
that.
someone's birthday with, hey, I'm trying to fuck. I think
Well, then, go
ruining
on
their
date.
Christmas.
Do you want to go out again?
No, that's not.
I've had that
You've had that?
on my birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. What's
If
been
you're ever-
happening?
If you're ever, if you're around,
Oh,
I've gotten that.
I can't say it's beyond me.
It seems like a good intro segue to starting
Well,
a conversation.
Right. If you're looking to talk to someone,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of course. I mean, we're all looking for reasons
It
to
means-
reach out.
It's less lame than Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Would love to get a drink when you're
'Cause it's
back.
like-
That
It's like
would be fine.
You don't need, but it's like Happy Thanksgiving is like not like, oh, I would be text. It makes it feel more casual to text someone on their birthday. Like I would,
Right.
I'm texting you because it's your birthday to be nice, and then it's like naturally leading to this conversation. Whereas,
Here's my feeling on that. The birthday text is more about your birthday, less about the drinks. The Happy Thanksgiving is more about the drinks and less about the Thanksgiving.
Interesting.
So that's would be my feel. Like, so if you're gonna send a Thanksgiving, if you want drinks with someone, Happy Thanksgiving. You were just on my mind. Would love to get a drink when you're back.
That's even weirder to me because it's like, oh, you've been waiting for Thanksgiving.
Well, no, maybe I went. I think
I always think of you at Thanksgiving. Happy birthday.
I was around my family, the people I love the most.
Happy birthday is like I had a reason to think of you today.
Right.
Feels more natural.
Well, that's why it's more about the birthday than the drinks.
To me, it's more about the drinks. Like I'm like, it's my segue.
Well, to me, here's where I disagree. Because your name came up because of birthday.
Right.
It was person first.
Okay.
Oh, Jordana. Yeah,
I should wish her a happy birthday.
I should get a drink with Jordana instead of, look at my family who I love so much. Wonder what Jordana's up to.
Someone's missing.
See that right? Isn't that sweeter? Birthday, they weren't even thinking of you.
Right.
You came up on the Facebook page with birthdays, and they were like, "Huh?" And then their penis was like, "Ah."
Well, that's what I agree.
We should call them.
I think the birthday one is more of a like it's more of a cop out.
Yes.
To being like, I've thought of you.
Right. They might not even have thought of you if you didn't have a birthday.
Right.
I actually think the Thanksgiving person, I'd go on that date more than the birthday person.
I've never gotten a happy Thanksgiving. Let's get a drink.
There we go.
No one loves you. There you go. No one loves you. Happy birthday.
There it is. Happy birthday. What are you going to do for your birthday?
I don't know.
How does someone, what do you give the person who just came back from a French Riviera vacation?
You know, Mike has been annoyingly pondering that for quite a bit. Yeah.
He's mentioned this.
What? He's like, well, we just got back. Like, we really, like, we're just going to be getting back from, like, this big European trip. Like,
so you don't need anything.
Right. He's, like, laying the groundwork for an underwhelming
yeah, I made you a card.
It's tough. I feel for him because my birthday's on a Saturday, so there's a lot of expectations.
Ooh, so to me, you guys are married, what, 30 years at this point? I'm doing
under 3.
Under 3. I'm doing a dinner.
That's what he's doing. He's doing a dinner.
Dinner, maybe
there was a discussion of like a boat.
A boat?
There was a discussion of renting a boat.
Okay, it's still the season, still nice out. You guys are on Long Island. This is boat people.
Yeah. He's done some research into that. It seems like it might be kind of annoying. And then he's like, I did some research into the boat, and we're just going to be getting back from France. Do we really need to,
This is I like when you talk about the gift before you've done it, it's a vibe check.
Right.
Like he's just floating it. It's like when someone floats a story. Let's see how the public respond.
All the time though. It's quite annoying. I think that men give themselves a lot of credit for thinking of an idea.
Yes.
And not actually executing it.
Listen, you know how good it feels to be on a date with a woman and go, we should go out and go to the beach together.
I find it very...
The we should guy fits into this mold.
I find it a little bit infuriating,
right.
I have to say.
You dangle.
He's done this to me before, and I've had to say, like, I think that it's nice that you've thought of these things, but when you tell me about things you thought about doing but don't actually do, it doesn't feel like... This is great to me.
Well, this is a lesson to all daters. This is a male thing.
Is it? I wasn't sure if it was just him.
No, we talk about the we should guy. We just did an email in the last episode about, the guy saying we should go to Europe this summer. And she's like, and then he ghosted the next day. And it's like, yeah. I think guys like seeing a woman light up. I think that is.
I don't think.
And if we can do it for free.
Yes, with no effort.
With no effort.
Just an idea.
Just by the mention of it, you're a good guy.
Disagree. I mean, like, in that moment. In that moment, but then
this is why it happens a lot on dates.
You're kind of a monster,
have sniffed it out. You're done.
Well,
I think there's a shelf life.
Yeah, and he's done this before, so I'm kind of like...
He's hit his expiration.
Yes, he's done
I feel for Mike. I would divorce you immediately.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
Again.
I'd be like, oh, she's caught on to my game here.
Yeah.
Time to go. You made me think I was on the flight back from Sacramento.
Okay.
And I was thinking, you know what made me think of this? Remembering birthdays.
Okay.
Because I think I'm sitting here as single guy, single Jared. And I think I'd be a good boyfriend.
Okay.
Okay, I guess you don't agree.
No, I don't. I mean, you just told me one. You just didn't remember my birthday. You just told me that like you do the same thing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I think, but I have this belief. It is delusional because I'm not in a relationship.
Right.
I think I'd be pretty good. I think I've learned from past failures.
Well, we all think that, right? I mean, I think about that being my mom. I'm like, I'd be a pretty good mom.
Right.
Why not?
Until we're in it.
Yeah.
And then someone tells you, you pretty fucking suck at this whole boyfriend thing.
Is that what people tell you when you're? Is that what the audience says when you're in it?
You suck at
would
being a boyfriend?
Would you say your exes would say you were a good boyfriend?
Probably not.
Well, if take away like their, how mad they are at you for dumping them.
I would like to know what they thought of me as
if you were a good boyfriend. I feel like I asked your college girlfriend if you were a good boyfriend, but that doesn't really count. That's the
easiest time to be a boyfriend.
That doesn't count. Yeah, you don't even have to take someone on dates then.
Right. All you have to do is be like at the golf pros tennis hose formal.
Right. Just ask them to the formal.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then you're good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Take out your dad's credit card to buy them dinner.
Right. It's like, I don't know.
Well, if you're Jared's ex-girlfriend.
No, don't ask for this. No.
Okay, never mind.
No, we don't want to know.
Okay. So you think you'd be you think you are a pretty good boyfriend?
Well, I was boarding the flight to Sacramento. I didn't get the upgrade. It has been a tough flying summer for me. I flew on the day.
And everyone else, right?
Well, I don't care about everyone else. I care about me.
Right.
So the
You'd
day
be a great boyfriend. More proof.
Everyone else can go fuck themselves.
Right.
Me. So I flew on the day of the outage.
Yes.
Bad day to fly.
Yeah, the big outage. The tech issues.
I had a flight to Nashville, go out to the runway, and then a woman claimed she was sick. They were literally like, "Hey, everybody, board quick." You ever get that where you're like boarding the plane and someone comes on, they're like, "If we can get this moving quick, we can get the fuck out of here." Did you ever have that?
That's a flight attendant with dinner plans.
Right.
She's like, if you guys all just like keep fucking moving.
It's my favorite flight attendant speech. Because it only happens every now and again.
The worst thing could be a flight attendant with nothing to do that night.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I want someone who's like moving people. And I want them moving the idiots. I'm good. I'm going to be efficient. I'm on my own. I don't have kids. I don't got a wife. I'm going to be okay on getting on a flight.
Sure.
I'm going to be the quickest. I like that they're like on top of people.
Okay.
I love a flight attendant that's on people. So the flight attendant was like, "Hey, if we get out of here, like there's storms coming. If we move quick, we can get out of here." So everyone moves quick. We sit down. This is on the way to Nashville.
Didn't work.
We get out to the runway. We're in line. We're about to take off. This woman.
Same woman? Different one.
She's in her seat. All of a sudden, the plane goes out of line and back to the gate. And they're like, "Someone's sick on the plane."
Oh, wow. What an arc. Some loser who can't handle a cough is.
This woman stood up.
What was wrong with her?
Not enough for me. I needed her like
dead
to get us out of line.
Yeah.
She like did the shivering walk back. She leaves.
Nauseous.
Whatever the fuck it wasn't enough. And then they go, "Hey, we're going to get out of here. We're going to give you guys drinks, but we got to have maintenance come on. We're going to gas up again." And then 2 hours later, we were canceled, sent home. The worst ride in the world is the Uber.
Did you send her like a death threat?
Every bone in my body has wished her bad things since that date. This is months ago. Okay. Sacramento, my flight out. We're backing out of the gate. As we're backing out, woman behind me starts convulsing.
Maybe it's you.
And I think I'm the hex. The people in the seat behind me, they're going, "We need a doctor! Please! Emergency!" The woman behind me, I look back, and I'm in Comfy Plus, didn't get the upgrade. I look at her, she's puking all over herself and convulsing. Oh, this was enough.
Okay, that's fair.
Enough.
That's okay.
That's an emergency.
I would say allowed.
I went like this. I got out of my seat because I didn't want to get puked on.
Oh my God.
And the problem, even more of a monster, I wanted to watch. I wanted to see what happened. The show's begun.
Okay.
So I am now in front of Pukestein, looking at her through the seat, and then everyone, they're like, "Emergency, emergency." This guy, they go, we need a doctor. They stop the plane. The doctor comes up and he's like tiptoeing.
Okay.
And I was like,
It's not really a doctor, maybe.
this is the funniest part because he's like moving slow. And then another guy comes over and the first doctor who moved too slow was like, hey man, what kind of doctor are you? And the guy goes, internal medicine. He goes, you better go in the front. And then the guy goes, why? What are you? He goes, a psychiatrist. I was like,
why even volunteer if you're a psychiatrist? That's crazy.
I think I felt the worst for him.
The psychiatrist should have volunteered for the other woman whose issue wasn't that bad.
Right. Sit the fuck down.
Yes.
You're going to get through this.
Yeah.
No, the psychiatrist, I feel bad for him because he's sitting in his seat. I'm Dr. Frankenstein.
Right.
And his wife is like, get up there. And he's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm a psychiatrist. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I would do the
like,
same thing
right,
if I were him.
Right. I'd
Dentist.
be get out of here.
Yeah.
Shoo. But now, how do you even live? How do you look your spouse in the eye? So that was my way out to Sacramento,
Okay.
hour and a half
So what
delayed.
makes you think you'd be a good boyfriend?
The way I
The fact
stared
you-
at the puke woman.
The way you ran away from any woman who was physically ill.
Yeah. So then on the way back, I didn't get the upgrade again.
Okay.
I'm in the Sky Club, and there's this beautiful woman. She's like striking. She had a look. I'm looking at her. I'm like, maybe, you have that airplane, like, maybe we'll make eye contact. And then we're boarding the plane. There she is again. I'm like, oh, she's very pretty. And then she's with her boyfriend.
Okay.
And the boyfriend's like, you could tell he was like kissing her in a way that like she was mad at him.
Okay.
He's like, come
Like
on.
that forehead kiss or
yeah,
some
he's like fucking with her.
Right.
And we go to get on the plane, and he goes left to first class, and she goes back to Comfy Plus.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, man, I've been him
Rough.
before.
You've done that.
I've done that. I've done it many times. I think I've been changed. I watched her go to Comfy Plus
I don't think you're
and
changed.
him go to first class.
Mhm.
I think I would give it to her. I wouldn't give it up, but I think
You'd
I'd give
offer
it
it?
to her.
Just this woman, if she were hot enough.
My girlfriend in this scenario, I was watching
Right.
a couple in front of me have a quarrel.
I don't think you would do it.
You don't think so?
No.
You think in the relation? You think
one-
I'm
I
looking
think-
from a single
think
guy like,
you're trying to
look how
date.
beautiful she is. Why would you
Mhm.
make her sit?
Yeah.
She had I was watching her. I was in Comfy Plus watching her lift her bag. She couldn't even get up. Her boyfriend's up having champagne.
Yeah, I think you would do that, and I think if you were early dating someone, you would do that. But I think once you were in a relationship, her magical glow
hit
of
the bricks, you
her
old
magical
maid.
glow of
Yeah.
hotness
Mm,
would make you the same person you always are.
interesting.
But maybe
No,
you'd be a great boyfriend.
I thought about it. I was like, maybe I've learned so much in my years
Mm-hmm.
that now, because I watched this, I saw him like, come on. And then he was like, ta-ta, went to first class, and I just watched her hoof it.
There's nothing that would dry you up more.
Right, as a girlfriend.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be great? But if I like sent her to the front, you don't think I would do that? You think within a year of dating, I'd be like,
A year
get
in,
the fuck back
yeah,
there
under
with
a year, I think
the
you might do
pigs.
it.
Yeah.
Over a year, I think you're like, see you later, bitch.
Right. I would not opt. I would
You
never opt
offer
to
it.
sit together.
No, I think you
I
give
would
it
never
to
give
someone.
it up to someone else. We keep the first class in the family.
I would always offer,
Mm.
but I would judge someone for saying yes. I would
I
always
would-
offer. I would always offer. I would say, why don't you, especially Mike, I'd be like, you're tall, like you
Right.
should take it. It's tougher for you to fit in the
They serve a lot
economy
of
seat.
sweet drinks.
Yes, you could order all the. I mean, he drinks more than I do. I'd be like,
Yeah.
you order the drinks, blah blah blah.
Right.
But if he took it, it would be very weird.
I
I would never forgive him.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Because I would be like,
It'd be a test.
to me, to me, I would. The solution is not both of us sitting Comfy Plus.
No, of course not.
No, one of us needs to take it.
Yes.
And if I gave it to my girlfriend, I would be happy. I would be happy knowing that I've gotten points.
How many times?
The points would like Delta points, like miles,
Right.
like a long flight cross country where I'm sitting Delta comfy. I'm not happy, but I'm getting points.
Okay. What if it was economy?
I'm getting points.
Okay.
If my girlfriend has the seat and not me, I'm getting points. I'm getting miles.
How many times would she have to reject it for you to take the front?
That's the annoying part.
Class
there is a point where I would take it.
How
And then
many,
I
how
would
many
be
times
judged for that.
Would she have to say, it's fine, you take it? No, it's really, it's okay. You take it.
25.
25?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would really push her I would like need her to go. I would get mad at her for not taking the seat, to tell you the truth.
Which
at
is
this
weird
point.
because you've definitely not given up the seat.
I know. I've learned. I've
changed man.
I've changed. This is one of the things I've changed.
Okay.
Because I've done it and I've made people upset. Multiple. With this upgrade.
It's not a great look when you see it. You saw it because you saw it from someone else.
I did. That's why I was like, maybe I'll be a better boyfriend. This is what made me think of it, because I was like, I was watching in front of me, and I just watching him go to first class and her go, and I've been him, and I was like, you really gonna leave your woman with me?
Yeah.
back in the steerage, like in the Titanic, I'm gonna be Leo D dancing with her in the hull. Yeah. He risked losing her.
It's major points if you give it. I agree with that.
Right.
Would you ever take it?
No.
That's the thing. Can't take it.
I can't take it.
You can't take it.
No.
I would offer.
There's things I can't do as a man.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's too weird.
It's too weird.
Unless, again, with Mike, I would be fine with him taking it if he was actually like deathly ill.
Different story.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yes. If he broke his leg.
He was dying.
Broke his leg.
Yeah. No, different.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'd always offer.
I think this is an interesting.
What if she didn't offer?
You're
okay with that?
Yeah. She'd have to fuck with me about it. I want to be made fun of.
And no offer.
It has to be acknowledged that you're going to first class and I'm going to.
Oh, she's like, I got upgraded. I'll see you at the end of the flight.
Right. Well, it can't be that. I need her to go, I got upgraded. I have something to tell you. Like as if there's a death in the family. Like I need fun.
Okay.
You know?
So so you're fine with her not offering it as long as she does it in a
I want her to
way.
hug me and then whisper in my ear, I'll bring you back a Biscoff. You know, like something funny like that.
A flight to Australia, right? It's a flight to Australia. You're in economy. And she says, she gets upgraded. And she says, Jared, like, if you don't offer, like, you've got to offer me this seat. If you don't, like, we're over.
I'm upgraded. She's in economy.
No, she's upgraded. And she says, I'll give you the seat. We can switch. But the relationship's over if you take it.
Oh, I wouldn't take it.
Okay. Just seeing how far you'll go.
No, because then we'd have to like deboard the plane together. You know, we'd be in Australia together.
Right. Maybe on the way back.
If on the way back she got upgraded and was like, let's switch off, that's where I might take it every now and then. Or I would go, no.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, you could take turns sleeping.
But then I'm around the people who aren't in first class.
Like your girlfriend, hypothetically. Anyway, great hypotheticals.
Yes.
Love these. Let's do some emails.
Let's do some emails.
J&J needs some advice on how to tackle my fiance's beard. My fiance gets a haircut and beard trim / cleanup every 3 to 4 weeks-ish. When he gets his haircut / beard trim, he is so hot.
Okay.
My issue is he does not clean up the beard when it starts to overgrow between appointments.
Sounds like me. I'm in a beard phase right now myself.
It looks kempt.
Does it? Okay.
It's not that I don't think he is hot or handsome during this time, but it can come off as sloppy to me. The word sloppy comes off so harsh, I feel bad even writing it.
Old sloppy Joe.
Probably important to note, the beard...
That's such a mom word.
Sloppy Joe.
You look sloppy.
Yeah. You do feel like someone's mom when you say it like that. He used to be clean-shaven, but one day decided to grow it. I loved it and told him I think he's extra hot with it, and he stuck with it.
Yeah. Guys, women dress for other women, and guys dress for their penis.
I have told him many times things like, when you get your haircut and your beard is on point, you are so hot / sexy, and I can't keep my hands off you.
A little much.
I have also just brought it up to him saying, hey, sometimes when your beard is so overgrown, it can make you come off as sloppy.
Little much also.
Okay.
I wouldn't like either of those. One would feel like I'm lied to, and the other would feel like I got to dig my heels into the sand.
He was a bit defensive at first, but agreed and said he would keep up with it more often. Even though
it's too vague.
Even though he said that he does not, I find myself asking him to clean up his beard for date nights or events, and I can tell he feels like I'm nagging him. How else can I bring this up without being naggy? Sincerely, beef with his beard. I love this question. I have the same dilemma. Not with a beard.
What's your dilemma with?
My dilemma is like, Mike has like longer hair, especially when he hasn't gotten a haircut, which I like, but he needs to like gel it properly or else it looks like bangs. It like falls on his face and looks like bangs. And I also think it looks, to use her word, sloppy or unkempt or just not like, I like a clean.
Have some more sloppy Joes.
I like a clean cut look.
Yeah, okay.
I like when he looks like more like clean cut.
Put
like
together,
yeah,
of course.
Right. And he doesn't always like do the gel or he does it too late. And I'm like, I also am trying to figure out because I do nag him about it. I'm like, oh, you have your bangs. Fun. And I would love to learn from you, a man, how to do this correctly.
It is interesting because I heard her description of like when you say, oh, I can't keep my hands off of you. It's a little bit like you're treating me like a toddler.
Much, right.
And when you go, I don't like the look of it sloppy, but I like the look of it.
You're saying
I understand. Like I have people, chime in on my looks all the time.
I'm sure.
Family.
As a social media star.
Social media. People feel the need. And again, just like YouTube comments and just like critiques, the good critiques don't hit you as hard as the bad ones. One bad one equals 30 good ones.
Okay.
So the idea of like, I wish you would keep your beard more. Like, I don't like with my beard, I don't like the look of like lines. Do you know when someone like puts lines, like when a guy like
with the neck
will shave the neck and then it like sometimes it goes too high.
When it's like too definitive of a line.
Yeah, that's not for me. I think it can look good on a guy, but it's just not for me. I think mine, the rustic nature of it looks good. And then I told you this with a mustache. When a woman likes a mustache, she lusts for the mustache. When she doesn't like it, she is not.
Needs to go away.
No go.
Yes.
Not for me.
Yes.
That's like the word moist to them.
Right.
And you can feel that. And I think, with this guy, I think he thinks his grown out look is actually pretty good. You
think he's not just being lazy because he has a girlfriend?
I don't think
he doesn't need to try that hard.
I think guys care more than maybe they're given credit for.
So you think he likes it?
I think he likes it.
Think Mike likes it?
I think Mike likes that he has a rustic version of himself. I think all guys want to believe. Well, he doesn't think.
That's just my bullying way.
Yeah, that's your bullying him into it. That's like being like, it's like the difference between calling some guy's chest pecs and tits.
Okay.
Like you're choosing to call it bangs.
So that he feels more motivated to get rid of them.
Obviously, it's not working. So that I don't think that's how do I get motivated to do it again?
But then you say
I
the
can't
guy does
keep
it,
my hands
does
off
it for
of
the
you.
Penis?
What?
Did you say he does it based on what we would like?
Right. But I do think there's a thing where it's like, yeah, but you're my girlfriend. I want other women to want me. And I think this is hot to the grander scale of women. I don't know. There's laziness component to it. I'm giving you all the answers.
Okay.
I do think someone can be like complacent. I know I do get that way.
Right.
You know what makes me actually like take care of myself more is when I get my back waxed.
Okay.
And when I shave my nuts.
So what is the tip here?
I would say when I do other things, it comes into there's like a package deal to it.
You have to feel like
right.
Generally like you're grooming.
Right.
To groom.
Right. And it's one done.
I kind of see what you're saying. It's like if you're doing it, you got to double down. But if you're not doing any of it, then you're not doing any of it.
Right. So it's like I've got my back waxed, and then on the way home, let's just go get a haircut.
Right. Well, you're an outdoor cat.
That's me.
So you need to like maintain.
I love being out on the beach. I'm out on the golf course. I'm out generally. Yeah.
Well, but you're single. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like for a guy in a relationship,
might have a different answer.
There's just less motivation.
So when you say to Mike, you have bangs, what does he do?
He's like, mean, sometimes he'll like fix it, but sometimes we're like already out.
Well, that's the other point is like, am I going to do this now? That I guess it goes back to my back wax. Like, I'm doing this all as a package.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go get a haircut. He can't get a haircut when you're out.
I don't want him to haircut. I like it long. I just want him to gel it back so it's not on his forehead.
So you'll be out and he'll not have it gelled?
Kinda. Sometimes if he like does it too, he has to do it when his hair is dry. If he doesn't have time and his hair is wet when we leave, it like is, I don't know. It's tough. Here's the thing. What I do, sometimes I do the compliment. It looks good. I'm like, your hair looks great. I love it. Do whatever you just did. Do that next time. If it doesn't, and it's a lot about picking your battles. I will just be like, all right, fine. You're just not. It's not going to be. This look isn't for me. We're here. Whatever. You just gotta pick.
When it's your girlfriend or your wife, like if a woman told me she didn't like what I wore, my immediate is like, go fuck yourself. I guess you won't fuck me. I'm not going to improve for, Jane Doe who doesn't like the clothes I wear.
Right.
Like we can.
Well, same with a guy. Yeah, same with a guy I would go on a date with.
Right.
If he said that.
Right. So when it's your significant other,
And I mean, here's the thing. He doesn't. It's not even that I think he likes the way it looks more too. Sometimes he just gets lazy.
I think some of this is a little bit of your feelings being hurt that you liked how it looked.
That he liked how it looked.
I think he likes the scruffy nature and when he gets out of the barber's chair, he's like a toddler. For men, when you get out of the barber's chair and your hair is combed
and off.
It feels like you should have the lollipop in your mouth.
Right.
It's not really who you are. And I know for women, there's a whole salon experience. It's a different thing. I think the barber, like when you get out of that chair, you're like, I kind of like look at my hair and I like mess it up a little bit, and it's a little too kept for me. It just doesn't feel manly. So I think, especially with the bangs and with the beard, I can sense that his manhood is a little bit being attacked. Because I'm trying to think of why I get a little self-conscious. I do. So
if you were, or just let it go.
To me, I think you got to stay on complimenting him when it happens and not living in this far off future. Like when you do your beard, it's so hot. I can't keep my hands off you. It's different.
Don't patronize someone.
Right. It's different than him coming back from the barber and you going, like, actually not keeping your hands off of him. Like maybe that's the time to act on your animalistic inhibitions. You know?
I feel bad because it is such a double standard. Like he would never ever say anything like that to me ever. Like never. Even like if I say it, he won't even agree. Like I'll be like, my skin has been looking horrible lately. He's like, I didn't notice.
Right.
Great.
Well, it'd be a lie to say it is different for women. It's just different.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And it is she's made her point, but I think maybe making it different. I think a little
more subtlety.
Yeah. When he gets the haircut, just be like, you take your hands, you put it in his beard and you go, this is the shit I like.
Now
ravage me.
Exactly. All right, let's do another email.
Let's do it. You ready? Long-time listeners, subscriber, overall big fan of you both in the pod. Thank you. I know you all saw dating week after week, but I'm wondering, in my case, can we solve engagements?
Ooh.
Okay. We got 2 engaged people, formally engaged. I've never been. Maybe I never will.
Not yet. Your day will come.
Oh, no. Always a bridesmaid. I'm writing you because I've been engaged 3 times, but never married. I've called off each engagement within 1 to 2 months after the proposal, and I'm beginning to think I'm the problem. Obviously, LOL.
It's impressive.
They wrote obviously LOL, not me.
Yeah.
I'm just letting everyone know.
3 engagements. I'm like, what are you doing? Right.
Well,
you got 3 people to propose to you.
3 proposals.
That's my initial thought is like, there must be something in.
Well, by the 3rd one, you must be going, why would I be with this person?
I get these all the time.
I'm a special flower here. A little background. I'm a 37-year-old woman living in the city and have spent the majority of my adult life, my adult dating life, in these 3 relationships that ultimately did not lead to marriage due to my hesitance to make the final commitment. I've loved each of these partners very much, but the pattern seems to be when push comes to shove and when we begin looking at venues, I start questioning everything. I tend to have this nagging feeling. Is this the one? Is this right? Can I be this person forever? Can I be with this person forever? And I guess each time I decided the answer was no. But part of my question is, why do I have to take it so far before I end the relationship? To give a quick breakdown. Okay, here's engagement one.
This is
Ready?
not that quick. Okay.
The least quick breakdown. Engagement one. This was my first serious boyfriend. I met when I was 20, dated until I was 25. He was 31. I give myself somewhat of a pass on this due to my young age and never having had another relationship prior.
Sure.
Okay. Engagement two. This was a tumultuous on and off relationship for several years. When we finally got to a good place, he quickly suggested marriage. I was excited and willing, but as we were planning our wedding, I started to panic. Can we both commit to forever, knowing our history of breaking up a million times prior? I'll also add that he had zero work ambition and was constantly in and out of jobs, which made me nervous. Can I give her a pass on that one?
We'll see.
Well, should I wait?
I think yes and no. Yes.
The job stuff doesn't matter to me. It's we have a tumultuous, based on the way she wrote it.
Right. Yeah, that should
up
have
and
ended.
down,
I
and then
agree that
during an up,
right.
he's like marriage.
She
and
should
it's
have.
like,
She should have ended that. I agree
right,
with
like
that, yes.
up and down, and then shouts marriage. Like that kind of goes with what this relationship was.
Right.
Which
but she also could have just
sounds
broken
toxic.
up with him.
Yeah.
Before they were engaged.
Right.
Also.
So, like it kind of plays the thing, you know.
Right.
Engagement three. It's hard to even identify what went wrong here. We dated for a year. He wanted to get married. He had a 7-year-old daughter, and I began to question, can I be a stepmom? Am I ready for this? I also note we had differing views on parenting styles, and I wasn't sure if I ever had a kid, I'd want them raised as he has his daughter.
This is more on her, I think.
Yeah, you got into this.
Yeah.
I don't think she's ever... Okay. Each time it crushed me to have to call off the engagement after giving my word to spend forever with them. I've been trying to examine my behavior because I do not want this happening again. So I hope J&J can help. Well, I hope you got actual professional help.
We are not professionals.
Yeah, we're not professionals. I'm not just saying this to like make fun of you. I'm saying like these are like huge life moments. Like
right.
These are huge right turns.
Huge life pattern.
Right.
I would say
like,
also.
A professional can give you the tools.
Right. We'll give our
that we can't. Yeah, we're gonna talk out of our ass.
Therapist.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about you, but I'm just saying. Is anyone ever trying to examine my behavior because I don't want this happening again? So I hope J&J can help me and answer a few questions that come to mind as I reflect. Is anyone ever totally sure before making the marriage commitment? Jordana?
Yes.
You think some people are totally sure?
Yeah. I mean, what's totally sure? Like 100% sure that this will last? I mean, there are people who think that. And then also, like, I think that, like, most people think that, but also, like, know that anything could happen.
Right. And I think most people...
You could know that anything could happen and also be sure.
Right. And I would also add to this, as someone who's never been engaged, I know what I want. I want to be so excited.
Right. Yeah.
That the things that everyday life can bring to us will be, we'll figure it out.
Totally.
You know, so
yeah.
I do think people are sure. The excitement.
Yeah, yes, the excitement, the like, I know I'm making the right decision. Is there like an idea that you could think you could be really excited, know you're making the right decision, while also just being a person of the world, know that anything can happen?
Right. Like excited to go to Aruba,
right.
Understand that like the flight might get delayed.
Sure.
You know, like there might be a storm. How much doubt is normal? I think what we're talking about is like the normal amount of doubt, just that the world happens.
Yes.
That's a normal amount of doubt.
But in the moment that you were in, at the moment you're doing it, you should feel very sure.
Right. Am I just not the marrying kind? The idea of a lifelong commitment starts to bug me out when there's a ring on my finger. Is this a fear of commitment, or am I just dating the wrong people for too long? Was any of what I mentioned a valid reason to call off an engagement? Lastly, I'm now concerned about getting back on the dating scene and having to explain this history to people. What would I even say? I don't think it's a problem. I feel like this is a giant red flag that most people would run from. I do want a partner, but I want to make sure it's the right one for forever. Looking forward to hearing your feedback. Always appreciate your help. Thanks, a thrice engaged bitch. What do you think?
To me, there's nothing wrong with having broken up with all these three people.
Mm-hmm.
it's the fact that she keeps letting it get to an engagement phase before having these questions in her mind or saying yes to an engagement.
Right.
That's really like, otherwise this is just a person who's had 3 long-term relationships that they ended.
Right. I totally agree with you. And it's like, I think there's a click with age that happens. And I have this, and it makes dating harder. So maybe that's why she's getting to engagement. She's not really making it harder for herself, because what makes it hard for me is at 39, I am thinking in these terms from day one. Could I see myself with this person forever?
She's clearly not.
She's clearly not, which is making getting into these relationships really easy. But then you're in it, and it's like, what else are you going to do when you're in it? When you're 10 months in with someone in your 30s, and you should be thinking about these
have
things.
Have a sense of if you'd like that or not.
Right. So I think that's where she's a little bit like, you're a little bit naive.
I'm kind of surprised that, because it seems like it would be, I've never done this, but it seems, and I know people who have done this, it seems like it would be kind of traumatic to call off an engagement. It seems like it would be like very horrific in a lot of different ways. You have to tell everyone, you put down deposits, a ring, like it's like a whole undoing of a thing you could have just not done. So I'm surprised after doing this once, twice, the third time, I'm just surprised she wasn't like, next time I'm like definitely not doing this unless I'm sure.
Right.
Like clearly she doesn't feel that bad about ending them when she ends them.
I'll talk about me breaking up with my ex and moving out of an apartment. That had an effect on me.
Yeah, and that did. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't do it as casually as you did before.
Absolutely. So, and I'm surprised she never mentioned a therapist in this whole email.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to that for a second. Like, maybe,
are you a sociopath?
Right. Like, right. Well, it's like, are you not thinking of others until the last possible moment?
Right, which does seem like you haven't learned much from these previous experiences, which is why a therapist would be extra useful, I think, here.
Right. And also, you're, based on the profiles of the men she's choosing, I don't know if it's like the third guy, you're like, you didn't sit there when he had a kid and think, like, I'm going to have to be the mom to this kid.
Before you got engaged?
Before you accepted an engagement?
Right.
Like,
to me, that's what I'm saying. It does seem a little bit, I don't want to call her selfish because I don't know her, but it does seem a little thoughtless.
Yeah. And maybe you're afraid to have these conversations.
Yes. And if the third one was the first one, I could understand it more. If the third one was like, we got engaged, and then I started to think about what that would mean and what the parenting style and all these things. But it's like, how this goes.
Right.
You've done this before.
Right.
And the other thing I was thinking is like, maybe she's a little bit more avoidant. Maybe like part of the reason is she gets engaged, these people are proposing to her so quickly, is that she almost like has this aloofness about her, isn't getting that close to these people in like a real non-superficial way.
And they're trying to like rein her in to like check in that she's into it.
Right. They're trying, to sort of use that as a signaling mechanism.
Fair. I could see that being part of it. But yeah, and also like, let's forget about dating for a second. I think like she's asking about like the baggage and stuff. And like, here's the thing, when it comes to all baggage that everyone has, and everyone has, I don't like to call it baggage, a history.
Sure.
I like to believe that when you're excited, all that stuff doesn't matter. That's when you're
what
like,
would you think?
Are people sure? If I was excited about the person, all those engagements happened so that she could meet me.
Would you be worried that she would call off your engagement?
I would be having more conversations about this.
Before getting engaged, I think I would have a lot more discussions.
Right. And I would hope.
How are you feeling about this leading towards an engagement?
Do you feel excited? These would be check-ins that I would be having that I would have thought she would have had for the third guy.
But yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That she didn't sound like she had.
That's the weird part to me. Not that you had 3 relationships that didn't work out.
Right.
It's more like, how could you let it get this far for a third time without feeling like you would do something differently this time?
Right. I'm with you. Well, we wish her the best.
Wish you the best. Good luck.
Send us the invitation for the 4th engagement.
Yes. Maybe we'll attend the wedding. Get a therapist.
If you're listening right now, I'm coming to Indianapolis, St. Louis, Raleigh, Austin, jaredfree.com. Also, by this point, what's the date? The 8th. I think we're going to have tickets on sale for
get your tickets.
the special taping. Tarrytown, December. Get your tickets.
Get there.
We're taping a special.
All right. Well, we'll be back next time.
Boom.
Bye. The U Up podcast is produced by Belle Roman and Candice Maniga. Edited by Belle Roman. Social media by Candice Maniga. Guest booking by Ali Friedlander. VP of podcast is Chris Allen. And be sure to follow You Up at u.up.podcast.